Boom, shaka laka. You already know the vibes. It's Saturday. Who run the city? T-Time, Big Fan, Breezy. You already know what it is. You feel me? You want to say anything before we get started, man?
I mean, we started, man. Shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. The Knicks fans. I see y'all. Shout out to Kev. Shout out to all of the trolling that y'all was doing on my page. I respect it. We down 0-3. So again, like I said, I'm here for it. You see, I don't miss a beat. I'm still here for it. So yeah, again, like you said, before you get into whatever you fit and get in your soliloquies, I will say this: that I stand tall for the Nets fans, and I know the odds is against us. So much so that when I checked out the statistics and they said when the team is down 0-3, the odds of them winning is 147 playoff situations to 0. It is nearly impossible for the Brooklyn Nets to win this series. But what I'm saying as a man and as a fan, as dignity as it is, please, for the integrity of the Barclays, for the Brooklyn Nets fans that have been waiting for this for a long time, just give us one game. That's all I ask. Before you get into all the stuff you finna say, I ain't gonna interrupt now. I'm gonna let you have your soliloquy, let you get through all of what you have to say. I just ask that we please win one game.
Yeah, it's hilarious how different a week or two makes, man, because it went from we're gonna give them 76 ways of why we gonna beat them. I got 76 ways to fillet a 76ers fan. It was all that to now, please, hands and knees, please win one game.
Never knees.
Please win one game, please. I told you from the beginning it was nearly impossible for y'all to beat the 76ers. Your Net fans, man, I'm here for y'all, man. I'm trying to, prepare you guys for what's going to happen to you in the future. I've been right. Majority of the time, except for us losing those games to the Knicks. Yeah, I mean to the Nets. The Knicks losing those games to the Nets. I've been right about y'all whole situation the whole entire time. I was right about the whole.
Can I say this to that? You were right twice out of 10 times. So let's be specific.
I said, okay,
yeah, no, but
right.
I just want to be specific with the numbers. That's all. It was twice out of 10 times, and I was right 8 out of 10 times. So continue.
But with your whole situation, I was right. I was right about the whole KD and Kyrie thing. I was right about the whole James Harden situation. I was right about y'all losing in the playoffs last year. I was right about y'all losing in the playoffs this year. Other than that, fans, man, Big Fan Breeze is leading y'all down a road of heartache and despair. You feel me? He's trying to give y'all false hope. You know, it's false hope.
Let me say this.
Wait, hold on. You just said you wasn't going. You gonna let me go on my soliloquy?
I didn't know you was gonna be talking about me. I thought you was gonna be talking about the Knicks.
Yeah, listen, man. I let you beg and plead for your W. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. Put a pen in it. Remember it. Write it down if you need to. Then you can come back to it after I'm done. But look. He's leading down a road of despair and heartbreak. He's giving y'all false hope about things that's never going to happen. You remember, it's the same guy who was telling you I was going to win 5 championships out of 10 years. He said y'all was going to have a dominant decade like the Bulls. Like, no. And none of those things has even been even close to remotely being right. It is not even remotely being right. He told y'all was going to beat the 76ers, and I told y'all no, it wasn't going to happen. It was going to be a wrap. But one thing I was wrong about, I said it was going to be Joel Embiid. Y'all had nothing for Joel Embiid. Nah, y'all been playing Joel Embiid really well. Y'all got absolutely nothing for Tyrese Maxey. Oh, he's been washing y'all up to the max. Oh, he put the dagger with the step back in the last game. Woo. Your man got all his faith in Spencer Dinwiddie shitty. He's been playing horrible. You need to take that poster and throw it away at Spencer Dinwiddie. He's been letting y'all down, looking real disgusting out here. Y'all going home today. It's over today. It's over. No Embiid, no problem. It's a wrap. Y'all go home in a Barclay for the second time in 2 years, getting swept. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Oh, yo, listen, when y'all get swept, right? Yeah, just take the day off, bro. Take the day off when y'all get swept, Breezy. It's not gonna be fun time for you on the internet, bro. Because I'm gonna make sure of it. I'm off from work today. I got nothing but time and opportunity to make your life miserable today. So if y'all get swept, stay off the internet, bro. But go ahead. You could rebut.
You ready?
I'm ready. I don't know what you got to say to me being down 0-3. Like, there ain't much you can say to me right now.
Now, no. I'm recapping what you said before I get to what I'm gonna get into. Because again, like I said, I thought you was gonna talk about the Knicks, but you mentioned my name. So therefore, the optimism was real when I said it to my Nets fans. Like I said, we the best fans. Now, let's keep this real. Every game with the Nets fans, I recapped it. Some of them pre-capped it. And when I did those vlogs, y'all heard the realism and how I articulated how we can win these games. Now, when you watch these games the same way I did, they did not do nothing that I said to do for us to win these games. I say play Cam Thomas in the playoffs. They played them 11 minutes and one game out of 3 games. And I'm vlogging, play him. You look at the score, you got Jacque Vaughn smiling in the interviews like, oh, yeah, you look at what we did right because we held them to this and we held them to that. But the point is when we held them to these points, when they went, the Brooklyn Nets had a string of stops. We could not score the ball. It was disgusting offense. When it come down to it, he's pretending that he didn't have a guy that was on the bench that scored 46 on said team. There's not one player on our team that scored 40 on the fucking 76ers in the playoffs. Case in point is, if you got somebody, even if you lost that game in the blowout because you're saying you don't know how to utilize your play in the post-game interview, oh yeah, Jacque Vaughn, you got to get this work, because when it comes down to what I do, I don't like no stains on my jacket. Now, that being said, when I vlog, you should play Cam Thomas. I meant it. And I meant it because he is a bucket. Y'all trying to force the offense through Dorian Smith and Joe Harris and Spencer Dinwiddie. You got Mikal Bridges shooting 9 for 26. He's not going to be a bucket to where he's as a play a game. You're gonna let him be the big superstar, and then you have the two guy far from the superstar. In my opinion, I don't think it should be like that. I think it should be a tandem. And Spencer Dinwiddie is not the tandem, respectfully. Spencer Dinwiddie can't be impactful the way he needs to be when Joe Harris and Dorian Finney-Smith are not knocking down their three-pointers. It takes away from what he does. The ISO situation becomes different for a Dinwiddie because he's going to the basket, but the defense don't feel like they feel like they could cheat. Why wouldn't they feel like they could cheat and play Dinwiddie on a double, knowing he's going to attack the paint? Because Dorian Smith is not knocking down his threes, and Jacques Vaughn will not go away from him like Dorian Smith. This is what we're saying. You're saying Jacques Vaughn, and I'm vlogging something different from what Jacques Vaughn is doing. I'm saying play Cam Thomas over Dorian Finney-Smith. That's what I'm asking as a fan. You playing Dorian Finney-Smith, Joe Harris, Seth Curry, and every other player besides Cam Thomas. So before you even get to what I'm even talking about, you're not even doing that. You got Eric Slater. Shout to the reporter for the Nets. He pressing you. Yo, are you going to play Cam Thomas? Oh, yeah, it's in the back of my mind. This is what you say. Oh, yeah, it's in the back of my mind. It's in the back of Cam Thomas' mind. He knows I'm thinking about it. What you mean he thinking about it? You thinking about it? You thinking about playing him when he just scored 46? What is there to think about? Where's the instincts? Where's the, of course, he's a killer. Put him in the game. Why wouldn't you put this guy in the game knowing he can give you more than what your main star, Mikal Bridges, can give you, or Cam Johnson, or Spencer Dinwiddie? I'm going to leave it off here because I don't want to touch on the ring. I don't even like doing this in front of Knicks fans. Like I said, when it comes down to it, when it shot attempts, it should be Mikal Bridges, Cam Thomas, or Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges. If you disagree with me, explain why after 28 games after the trade deadline, we 13-15. That's under 500. And I said, if you put Cam Thomas in the lineup because of what he did before the trade deadline, we would have been, and out of 28 games, I said 18-10. For real. I said 18-10. And he didn't do that. So again, like I said, what could I do? I look at the statistics for Cam Thomas from last year to this year. And again, like I stand on it. He didn't get busier than last year. They didn't give him no opportunities. He got less shot attempts. He got less minutes, less games. He's going to leave us. And I'm saying I don't want Cam Thomas to leave us as a Nets fan. I'm telling you, I'm going to follow his career. I'm going to continue to be a Nets fan. But trust me, he's a player that's going to do his thing on different teams. And I'll leave off saying this. Shout to Gilbert Arenas. I spoke to Gilbert Arenas. He was on FYF Sports Debates. That's a podcast that I go to. You know what I'm saying? Kick up dust or whatever. You know how I do. So he there. So I'm like, yo, Gil, what's good with Cam Thomas on my team, on the Brooklyn Nets? He was like, oh, you know, sometimes it's personal. Sometimes it's more than basketball. Sometimes it's because of something that somebody said. And, you know, I look at it for what it is. You got Cam Thomas with a slogan that say ain't shit funny, and you got Jacques Vaughn always smiling in interviews. And when I weigh it on both sides, it's not that I'm so much of a fan of Cam Thomas. It's more the fact it's nothing funny about being 13-15 after 28 games when you got a guy on your bench that deserved the minutes on the offensive side of the ball for our shot attempts. You cannot argue with me that Dorian Finney-Smith deserved more shot attempts than Cam Thomas or Joe Harris or Royce O'Neal for that matter. Shout to Royce O'Neal, but he shouldn't be taking 9 3-pointers a game while Cam Thomas is getting DNPs. So, yeah, again, I ain't leading no Nets fans nowhere. I'm saying when you listen to my vlogs, you got to hear what I'm saying because I articulate how we could win the game. If the coach don't decide to do it, don't blame Big Fan Breezy because I ain't the one saying Cam Thomas can't get in the game. If it was up to me, he would have been starting by now. Next to Dinwiddie, it'd be Nick Claxton, Cam Johnson, Pauls, Mikal Bridges, Cam Thomas, and Spencer Dinwiddie. So, again, man, Don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that because they ain't been doing what I said. Like if they was doing what I said, it'd be different. But no, they ain't doing that. Nah. So we 13-15, and then we 0-3. Without Cam Thomas. This is, I'll leave off saying this for real. This is the impact of trying to win without Cam Thomas.
Listen, man, I got a lot to say to that. So bear with me. First of all, hearing you in despair is music to my ears. I loved every second of of that rant that you went on. Is beautiful to hear. Thank you. I needed that for my day. Uh, second, and why I say you leading them down the wrong path because you're giving hope from what you want them to do instead of what you know what they're not going to do. You know Jack Vaughn's not going to play Cam.
Who knows?
You,
I don't know that.
you know Jack Vaughn's not going to play Cam Thomas. He hasn't played him all season, really.
But that's my point. Is that we've been have under 500 record, and okay, the way you chose to try to win without Cam Thomas.
All right.
Now try to win.
I got everything that you said already. I got that. You about to reiterate the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But I got everything you said already. And my point is that history has shown that he's not going to play the kid. So you give an optimism from, oh, if we play Cam Thomas, that's leading people down the road path because we all know history dictates Jack Vaughn is not going to play the kid. So why would you even be like, yeah, if we play him, we win? No, because it's not going to happen. and from what I hear about you complaining about Jack Vaughn, this can't be the same guy that was trying to tell me Jack Vaughn is a better head coach than Coach Tommy T. Can't be. Can't be. Not with his team down 0-3 and he's complaining that he's not playing the guys. He's smiling and we're losing. My coach is mad when we're up by 20. We up by 20 and he's still on the sideline cursing and mad if somebody turn over the basketball. Your coach could be down by 20 and he's chewing gum and smiling and clapping really hard. You can't be the same guy. You can't be talking about Jack Vaughn. I thought you were saying he was a better coach than Coach Tommy T. I wanted my coach fired, but now I'm shutting up because he's proving me wrong. Game-to-game adjustments coming down the stretch of the season into the playoffs, satisfied. That's what I was asking for from my coach. You feel me? That's what I was asking for from my coach, was that he made adjustments, and that's what he's been doing. The way that so I'm about to segue because I'm done talking about your team about to get swept today. Tyrese Maxey about to pack y'all up and send y'all home.
I want to speak on the game today before you get. I know you're going to talk about the Knicks, but I ain't even talk about the game today. But if you want to go to the Knicks first and we come back to the game, we can do that. But
we are. We gonna do that because we spoke about your team about to get swept. I want to.
No. I'm not agreeing with that. We're not talking about my team getting swept. I'm disagreeing with you. I got rebuttals for that. So is what I'm saying. Fuck that. They ain't know we getting swept at the Barclays. Fuck out of here. I got something to say about that.
Listen, I couldn't tell the way you was begging and pleading for nothing. But look,
no. That's just me as a fan being honest. Like you just doing what not working and thinking it's going to work, even though you see it didn't work.
We're gonna talk about the game, our series, the Knicks series, just a little bit. You know what I mean? It ain't much to talk about your series because
it's plenty to talk about. But go ahead.
We go in, we take game one. Just like I said we would, you feel me? And I also predicted that we were going to lose game two because I didn't realistically see us take both games in Cleveland. But we came out in the game one, roughed those guys up, super physical basketball, out hustled, and you gave a little bit rebut to when I said we got people like Josh Hart that would come off the bench and give 20. He didn't give 20, but he gave 17. Damn, they're close enough. Yeah. And you add all the things that the other things he was doing, hustle plays, diving on the floor for basketball, causing turnovers. And this is what I was talking about. I was talking about that.
I know that part, but to say that he would score 20 is what my rebut. That was my only rebut.
Well, he was close enough. 17, I'll take it. You feel me?
I respect it.
Yeah. And that was his first ever playoff game. And that's the point that I was making. You feel me? But we roughed those up. And our point still stands. We're going to win this series because we got Hart and they don't. And that's a fact. That's exactly what happened. We went into a raucous Cleveland Cavaliers stadium and beat them game one. They came back, did exactly what they were supposed to do, show some fight. I expected it. And then here we go into game. Darius Garland went off in game two. What I didn't appreciate, right, was them at the end of the game, Darius Garland posing with the big pass chain, like, yeah, like, bro, y'all just tied the series. You feel me? That's all y'all did. Y'all didn't go up. So guess what? He came into New York last night and it was inhospitable for Darius Garland. He was 4 for 21. No New York City love. He was flustered, hurried, and worried. I want to know if he brought that Cavs chain with him to New York. Because if he did, he dropped jet last night. They treated him like it was New York in the 80s, chain snatching. We roughed those guys up. The Garden was absolutely rocking. Roughed those guys up. And we're going to rough them up again. And the beautiful thing about the win last night, right, was that in my mind, in my eyes, nobody particularly had an outstanding game. But it was a team effort. Jalen Brunson, 21 points. Julius Randle, I think, had 15 or 16. RJ Barrett had 19. Manuel Quickley had 14. I forgot how much Josh Hart had. He was in the team. Obi had 8. Hartenstein 7. Like you see where I'm going. You feel me? Like it was a total team effort. We dominated. For one, we held the Cavs to the lowest scoring total of the whole entire season. No team has been held to under 80 points before last night. Great defense, right? And the Cavs haven't lost by 20 points or more all season until last night. Man, they're not going to beat us. Knicks in 6 is still the motto. We're going to win on Sunday. The Cavs probably win when they go home, and then we close them out on the Garden as we should. And I'm going to be intolerable. Yeah, I'm going to act like we won a championship. Absolutely, because all the shit I've heard about Donovan Mitchell and how the Knicks missed out on Donovan Mitchell and we should have traded the farm for Donovan Mitchell and all these things that we overpaid Jalen Brunson. Oh, we act like Jalen Brunson's a superstar. If we pack Donovan Mitchell up in the first round, I'm going to act like we won a championship. I'm going to be intolerable. There's nothing no one's going to be able to tell me because one, we already exceeded the expectations where all the media talk heads had us being a fringe lottery team.
For good reason, though. I said, but if that's only if you're a stat guy. If you're not really a stat guy and you're watching what's happening right now with the eye test, you know that the Knicks, you should be confident in the Knicks. And I'm just being real. But the stats show y'all haven't been there in a long time, and that's what they going off of, I guess.
The eye test showed me from watching this team and watching Jalen Brunson when we got him, I was like, okay, this is what we needed. This is who Julius Randle needed on the team to take his game to the next level. This is who RJ Barrett needed on the team to take his game to the left. They act like they wasn't watching the playoffs last year. Like they didn't see this kid like go crazy in the playoffs. Take his team to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, they got Luka, but a large majority of that was also Brunson. You see what his departure did to that team. You feel me? So it's that. You know, you look at the continued growth of Immanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin. Like you have to factor some of these things in, and they did none of that. The Knicks has just always been a punching bag for national sports media, and now they got to eat their words, especially when we bounce Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to make Stephen A. Smith block me on social media because that's how intolerable I am. Because he's the main proponent. We should have had Donovan Mitchell. We should have traded everybody for Donovan Mitchell. So when we pack him up and send him home, yeah, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna say when they say, "Yo, y'all acting like y'all won a championship," just know I agree with y'all because I'm gonna act like that. I'm gonna act like that. But now you can talk about y'all getting swept today.
Nah, again, and I don't put that. Well, what I'll talk about far as the Knicks, just rebutting what you said, and then getting into that. You say Knicks in 6, I won't debate none of that, to be honest with you. From what I seen last night, I kind of agree with all of that. And shout out to Karras, he nice, but to see Garland stink it up like that, it's going to say a lot about who he is as a professional in this league next game. If he shows up and, do the opposite and, you know what I mean, of what he did, because I was trying to, well, I couldn't watch the whole game to be honest, but I did peek in and I seen it was a blowout. And I'm gonna be honest, I was looking like, I gotta respect it. They protected home. You know what I'm saying? We lost. I know I'm gonna hear this shit on the podcast, and you know what I mean. I felt like I wish that's what we did. And I was upset. You know what I mean? And because I feel like watching that game, it was a lot of things that happened in from 1-2 and the first, second, and third game, because 3 games happened before y'all got here. So I'll break it down a little more. So the first game, I feel like we got outplayed. They broke a record for 3-pointers, shot 48.8% from 3, knocking down 21 3-pointers. And that was because we doubled Embiid. And when we did, they made us. It costed us. It costed us 21 3-pointers. And, it was just hard to beat that. Not to mention that we didn't play Cam. No, to mention heavy emphasis on the fact that we cannot match them point for point without Cam Thomas on the floor, period. And don't make it seem like DFS is playing this much stellar defense, especially after the record I just mentioned that they broke on us on the first game. The second game, it was a little more tough, but at the same time, Embiid is a tough act, and we didn't get a lot from Clax. It seemed like we didn't go to Clax, and I didn't get that because I thought the only way we could compete with them is making Embiid play both sides of the ball, just because it's a long series and Nick Claxton is competitive. So just at least for the sake of the energy side of it, make him play both sides of the ball, try to wear him down. And as far as Embiid and us being physical with him, I seen a lot of flopping. You know what I mean? I never seen somebody fall on the floor that much in any basketball game. It was ridiculous. So, and that being said, to what T-Tom said, he the biggest guy. Pause. He's one of the biggest, strongest guys playing basketball. So how is he just falling on the floor like that? You can't. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Like I think he was flopping, looking for the refs to side with him, and the refs, I think they called it even sometimes, but sometimes it was hard to agree with. Again, when Nick Claxton almost got kicked, I don't know how eloquently to put this, and his ball sacked by Embiid, because it looked like that's what was going to fit in to happen, and it looked intentional. So that being said, this is my perspective on the matter. I think that it was intentional. And Clax, even after the game, he said, I guess I should try to sell it, but I clapped because I'm just trying to get through it so we can keep playing. But something of that nature. But case in point is, if there was going to be ejection out of Harden, what he did with Royce O'Neal and Embiid and Clax, I'm saying give it a day Embiid, just because it looked like a more intentional situation opposed to Harden being accidental. So, and I'm saying that to say, when Clax got ejected for that, for what he did, because that was the first tech, and the second tech where he gets taunted, which I thought, again, my thing is emotion, the refs trying to check emotion the way they do. I disagree with it. You're taking away from basketball. The sport is way more fun when you let players play. It was taunting, but it wasn't physical. He didn't get in his face. As a matter of fact, I think there was a player in between Embiid and Clax. And it just, the way Embiid did his finger like this after, it just seemed like the refs on his side, for lack of better words. I don't want to say that. I'm just saying, like, I don't like the way he did the toss finger. I don't like that. And I think we lost that game because he wasn't in the game. Nick Claxton, I think we could have won that game without Cam Thomas. I mean, even though he had 11 minutes, and he was 3 for 6 in the offense that he had. I'm saying all of this about how he's this offensive scoring machine. He was 3 for 6. And I thought when you can contrast his stats to the other role players besides Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges, he did well. Even though I compare him to Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie, I don't like the production he was doing on both sides of the ball. He's definitely somebody you want to take the ball out of his hands. You don't need the ball in his hands every play. He don't need to facilitate the plays if Joe Harris and DFS are not knocking down in threes. It makes Dinwiddie's job harder. But Cam Thomas could still score in those situations. So if DFS and Joe Harris is not scoring the ball from the open threes that Dinwiddie is creating for them because of the space of him driving to the basket, then put Cam Thomas in the game because he's somebody that could pump fake and put the ball on the floor and possibly put Joel Embiid in foul trouble. So he could be off the floor. As good as Ed Reed is, it's different when you're forcing Embiid to go to the bench because of foul trouble. For the most part, when I watched this series, he was never in foul trouble. So maybe once, you know what I'm saying? And again, you DFS for PJ Tucker to get those 3 offensive rebounds, you don't need to be on the floor. We could have had Cam Thomas on the floor. That is the exact reason why you're on the floor. So he wouldn't get those 3 offensive rebounds. To see that happen, it goes to show this is why I did the rant in the beginning of the episode, to show this is why DFS shouldn't be on the floor over Cam Thomas, because if he can't stop the opposing team from getting offensive rebounds like PJ Tucker did, which were vital rebounds that he got for the opposing team, you know what I'm saying? Then he needs to be on a bench, and we need to have another scoring threat out there. Again, it was painful basketball. We didn't have a lot of assists. There wasn't a lot of motion. I seen the offense look like Spencer Dinwiddie set up. Royce O'Neal set a pick for Spencer Dinwiddie. They draw the double. Spencer draw the double team. Find Royce O'Neal for a 3, and that was our offense for like maybe 3, 4, 5 plays. And I'm like, yo, I mean, he's not even the best 3-point shooter on our team. We got Wasabi Watanabe. We got Seth Curry. We got, you know what I mean, different 3-point shooters that could score the ball outside of it being Royce O'Neal. And I see Royce O'Neal on Embiid. I don't know if I like it that much. You know what I mean? Not enough to, no. And the triple and the double that was coming towards Embiid, as a coach, Doc Rivers, I give him credit enough to say that, you know, him and Embiid worked it out to know that it was coming as soon as he touched the ball. And that took away the element of surprise, because we were, you know what I mean, leaving shooters open. And they say that the easiest 3 to hit in the NBA is in the corner. And there was plenty of times I seen open 3s and 3s that got hit from the corner. And I'm saying for us, we have to play a better brand of basketball for us to win these games on both sides of the ball. And mainly who the shot attempts go to on the offensive side of the ball, and that's adding Cam Thomas and making him instrumental on the offense. And on the defensive side of the ball, today is going to be different. And this is why I'm saying we're not going to get swept. We're not going to get swept for the simple fact that he was the only player that would draw a double team like that. And you see it in the 3 games we lost. So that being said, that's not going to happen today. So they have to, and not to say they're not a good team. They're a good team. I'm not on, don't get me here capping about how the 76ers is not a good team and how the refs helped them win. They were playing a better brand of basketball than the Brooklyn Nets. And I would say that Doc Rivers outcoached Jacque Vaughn in this series thus far. And that's mainly because Cam Thomas is not instrumental in the offense. But on the defensive side of the ball, you got to respect Maxey more, and even Harden. You know, there's a lot of criticism about Harden and how he played in the playoffs. And even me, I even said stuff, but he showed up. You know what I'm saying? He showed up. And I ain't going to lie, we ain't making no adjustments to stop Harden. And that was part of the problem as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of discrepancies, but I think we win because they don't draw the double team without Embiid. I think that this is a desperation win. I think we just doing it for dignity. I give them that much credit to say they will not lose at home for the sake of integrity. And for 3 games, it didn't work without Cam Thomas. They put him in the offense just to say, this your last hoorah. Might be his last time on the team. Who knows? This might be the last time I'm wearing this Nets jersey as a Nets fan for the season. So I wanted to make sure that I wore it today. I got it, and it's part of a shield. This Nets jersey is a shield for us to get the win. Because I'm wearing this jersey, it's going to be part of the reason why we win.
Yeah, listen, man. That's hilarious. But listen, as far as the Nick Claxton ejection goes, he was asking for it all game. He was instigating.
They physical.
Joel Embiid should not have tried to kick him in the nuts, but he also shouldn't have tried to step over Joel Embiid. You know, in basketball, that's like the ultimate disrespect.
The AI situation, you automatically, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's not trying to get Tyronn Lue. You feel me? Like, so then he scored a bucket in hand and put the ball in James Harden's chest. You feel me? Like all these, the refs see all these things. They let some of that go. They let him stepping over Embiid go, even though that's a tech. You feel me? They let him hand James Harden the ball, even though it's a tech. He caught another tech for something else he did. And then the last situation was like, all right, bro, you trying to start a fight. And that's what the refs really be trying to avoid. You feel me? Like one basketball player trying to cause a malice in the palace type situation. Like the NBA ain't with the shit. You feel me? Who knows the refs? They get the call like, yo, y'all gonna have to rein boy in. You feel me? Y'all gonna have to slow. Like he doing too much. We ain't trying to have a fight on national TV because.
But I seen the game and I didn't see Nick Claxton, and I'm not trying to be biased. I didn't see him instigating the situation. But hold on, but to what I said, I'm asking you. Now I'm asking you. I'm asking you, not the refs, but the emotion of the sport of being competitive, talking shit. That's part of it.
So like, no, again, and that is part of it, but at the same part, stepping over somebody ain't.
No, I agree with that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the second tech. Like when
what I'm saying is, it was more than just that led up to it. It's the stepping over. It's the handing James Harden the basketball. You feel me? Like it's things like that. He was low key instigating, bro. Like you don't.
What did he say? He handed James Harden the basketball.
He scored and then turned around and put the ball in James Harden's chest and ran off. That's disrespectful in basketball, bro. That's disrespectful. Even James Harden looked around like, yo, that's a tech, bro. Like, because that is a tech. You feel me? Like, from the history of I've seen guys doing it as a technical foul. You doing that. So he didn't get a tech there neither. He didn't get a tech for stepping over Joel Embiid. Then they started giving him techs because like, yo, bro, you wildin'. All right, we get you hype. But yo, now you're doing a little too much. You feel me? And Nick Claxton need to be smarter because you're having a good game.
Great game.
You having a great game. And a large part of the reason why your team got the lead. So why are you doing that type shit?
That little soft push shot, he got that shit this year. Like
why are you, after you already have a tech, still doing that kind of shit? When you know, like, yo, if I get another tech, I could get ejected.
Granted, he owned it, though. In the post-game interview, he owned it.
Nah, as he should. So as much as you want to say the refs did whatever, Nick Claxton is responsible for that too. He's responsible for himself getting ejected as well. You feel me? Like, because you know, well, he had 18 points that game, like, before he got ejected. Like, yeah, he was balling.
No, I thought the refs were clean. I'm saying the issue that I had with the refs was more the, or the discrepancy that I had with the refs was more the, I don't like how Harden got ejected. It didn't make sense. It seemed like they were trying to clean up the fact that they didn't eject Embiid. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. So, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just reaching.
I like I said, they be trying to protect the game and make sure that no wild shit happen. You feel me? So I guess they felt like Embiid did some wild shit, James Harden did some wild shit. He got to go because we have to set a tone. Mm-hmm. And Nick Claxton was unfortunately a product of that as well. But listen, man, y'all got a good chance of winning today because no Joel Embiid. I'm not going to say that is an absolute lock for the sweep, but you still got to worry about James Harden being James Harden. Like, how many times have we seen plays that we deem maybe quote unquote a little bit washed up, turn back the clock for one game and go crazy? Y'all haven't been able to stop Tyrese Maxey all series.
I want to,
Then you still got to worry about Tobias Harris because for game one, Tobias Harris gave y'all work. You feel me? And that Reed kid, let's not sleep on him neither because he's been a problem on the offensive glass for y'all the whole series. You feel me? So, like, there's things that still need to be worried about with no Joel Embiid. I like y'all chances, to be perfectly honest. I like y'all chances of not getting swept today, but I still know it's a strong possibility because there's a lot of pressure now. You also got to add that onto the situation too. When things get tough, will a team, wilt, or will they stand up to? Will they be like, oh well, we'll get them next year, or will they be like, nah, we're not getting swept on our home floor? That's what it's going to come down to because Doc Rivers going to have those guys ready to put y'all away. He don't want to give y'all no type of life. You feel me? Like he wants y'all.
I was on this. Shout to add to what you're saying. I was on this Philly page. I think it's called, I forget, it's the Philly 76ers vlog. I forget his name, but I think the Philly Takeover or whatever. So I went over there, I'm talking heavy. And, they believe that they want to sweep us because they watching the Boston Atlanta series and they seen Atlanta just beat Boston. So they figure if we could get Embiid the rest by sweeping us, it'd be, you know what I mean? Like, that's how they on it. Like, and I'm like hearing this appalled. And I want to say something, but I know I'm about to start my show. You know what I'm saying? I had went on that show prior before the series started, and I was gonna go, but nah, I ain't want to. I'm doing this, and I'll get to him later. After we win tonight, I figure.
Now to add to what you were just saying about the rest of the beat, that makes sense. You feel me? That makes sense. I think
that's what they want.
I think the Philadelphia 76ers organization is confident enough that they could get this W without Joel Embiid, and they could get him rest for his knee, because who knows what's going to happen. That now the Atlanta series is at least going to Game 5. That's 2 more days rest for Joel Embiid.
This is all if they sweep us, but they're not going to sweep us. I really feel confident we win this game.
I mean, you've been confident that y'all was going to win Game 1. You was confident y'all was gonna win Game 2. You was confident they was gonna win Game 3, and yet here we are. Y'all down 0-3. So so
I don't lose confidence after a loss, though. Know that.
What up?
Yeah,
so that makes sense for them to try to do that. But Kevin made a point in the comments too. Y'all lost to the Sixers, B squad twice this year. You feel me? Like. So that's why I said everything I said earlier about Maxey, about Tobias Harris, about James Harden still being able to give you 30. You know what I mean? Like, let's not sleep. If James Harden get hot from 3, there ain't nothing y'all could do. When he start hitting that step back at a high efficiency, bro, like, it don't matter what kind of defense is on him, because he's gonna make that shot. You feel me? Like, I've seen it. So, I mean, I like our chances. But is a real threat, man, and I'm gonna be watching. And bro, I'm telling you, they feel breezy. This is not even Nick fan T-Time talking right now. This is as your friend, right? As your pal, bro. Like, don't come on the internet if y'all get swept, man. I'm just trying to. It's not gonna be good for your mental and emotional health, bro. It's not going to be good, because I'm off work today, bro. I'm gonna edit up this little joint right here. You know what I mean? And I'm going to be watching the game, and I got time on my hands today, bro. So it's not going to be a safe place for you on the internet. You know what I mean? In none of these groups, you feel me? I might even pop up to the show today because I'm home. You feel me? I might pop up to the recap, because I'm home. So I'm just saying, I like your chances to win, but if y'all lose, bro, I'm just letting you know. It's going to get nasty out here.
I hear you, man. But what I will say to that is this. And again, I get a lot of criticism for not being who I'm about to tell you I am. I'm still the same guy that seen the Nets not make the playoffs. I got a tough skin. I got a tough Nets fan skin. I seen us play bad basketball. Period. I got a tough Nets fan skin. If we lose today, I'm gonna still be here to recap it. I'm gonna be here. We're gonna be here for each other, and you know how I get. So that being said, again, I will be here for Nets fans. We will get through this together. So much so that I was irritable. Now I mean, I went to the basketball court yesterday, put up some shots, because it's a chip on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with the Nets playing the way they playing, knowing that we can play better, it's upsetting knowing that it's still a win because of the circumstances. I don't like we have a comfort zone. There is no comfort zone. Play like you got no tomorrow. You guys are professionals. Yeah, you could say that I'm saying all this because I'm a big fan, but what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to feel when I know that easily we can be winning these games, representing the Barclays, barking on any team that come to the Barclays? If y'all listen to my vlogs, Kevin.
Wait, hold on, bro.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Kevin's in the comments, and I was listening to the vlog that we did. I forget when it was just playing. I was listening to ours, and then that one went off, and then that one came on. And he said, if they listen to your vlogs, y'all will not win no games. And I totally disagree. If they listen to Big Fan Breezy recaps, maybe precaps, we will win more games. Will we be 82-0 in my spotless vlogger? Maybe not. Maybe I could be sharper. But what I will say is the stuff that I said was instrumental to winning, we did not do. And we had a sub 500 record. So maybe listening to Breezy is the solution.
Oh, yo, I was just about to ask. Like when I was about to cut you off, I was just about to ask, where's SRK? Yeah, I mean, look. What happened? Now you
SRK.
That 4 years now. Let's see you look, bro. Now what happened? You said Donovan Mitchell was gonna make us cry. What happened? Only people that look like they ready to cry is Net fans. Look. Now
you're not crying.
Now you look. 4 years. That don't matter. We talk about this year. Don't matter what happened. Yeah, I mean, we talking about this year. Your team about to go home. My team look like they about to win a series. After you said we was gonna get swept.
We're not about to go home. We're about to go to Philly after we win.
SRK said we was gonna get swept. I was here and I told him make sure he pulled back up, and he did. Shout out to you. I respect you for that. But yeah,
SRK.
But yo, what happened, bro? We now 4 years. Nobody care about none of that. Look. Nobody care about all that. You feel me? Nobody care about all that. But yo, look what's happening. You talking like because I've been saying we're going to the next round. Even before the series started. This talk ain't changed, you feel me? But we are up 2-1, and the probabilities of us going to the next round is high. The probabilities of y'all going to the next round are 0. Are 0. None. Zilch. You missed it. Big Fan Breezy did the stat. Big Fan Breezy did the stat of how many teams come back from 0-3 deficits. Nobody has ever done it, and it's not going to happen this time.
Somebody could do it. Theoretically.
Yeah, anything's possible. But let's be realistic here. You feel me? Not gonna happen. Yo, so say whatever you want. Donovan Mitchell gonna make y'all cry. Maxey's gonna make y'all cry. Maxey been washed y'all up. It ain't even been Joel Embiid that's been giving y'all work. It's been Tyrese Maxey. And you had the audacity and the nerves to come up here and talk about Donovan Mitchell gonna sweep us. Sweep what? Only brooms is gonna be outside the Barclays, man. He says that 0 will still have a chance.
I like that. I like that energy because that means he believes that. Listen. What I will say is this. Hold on. I don't know this stat that I didn't know. Right? Is how many times a team been down 0-3 and then like. Was it a sweep or was it 0-3-1? Was it 3-2? Then it 4-2 and then it's over? Or did it go to 3-3? Then did we push it to 7? That's a stat I need to be looking at because the Brooklyn Nets possibly could push it to 7. Maybe 0 chance of winning the series, but 100% chance of tying the series.
You guys must still believe in unicorns.
Yeah, shout out to SRK.
You guys must still believe in unicorns, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, because all that shit y'all talking is make believe. Y'all got 0 chance. Y'all got a chance of winning today, but as far as
to tie the series.
No, I think he was talking about the series because that's what I was talking about. Y'all got 0 chance.
No. I was talking about the series. The stat you said I mentioned. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, nah.
But I'm saying how many times it went from like, is it a straight sweep or is it like 3-1, 3-2, 3-3?
But that's not what SRK was talking about. Or that is not 0 chance. Because I was talking about 0 chance of y'all winning the series. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all must think he must believe in the Tooth Fairy and all that, man. Because that's some make believe shit. You feel me? That's some make believe shit. It ain't gonna happen. SRK, y'all about to get swept, bro. What you said that's gonna happen to me. And my team, I believe it's gonna happen to y'all today, and the probability is high. But yet you still here trying to laugh at the Knicks. It don't make sense. We up 2-1 in our series. You're down 0-3. How you think anything's funny about the New York Knicks right now?
Ain't shit funny. Ain't shit funny.
Don't make sense. How is anything funny about the Knicks when your team is on the verge of going home without winning a game in the playoffs yet again for the second time in a row? How is anything funny?
Okay.
SRK?
Hold on. I want to say this. I found the stat. Shout to SRK. Shout to T-Time. This is the stat. How many times? This is the question. How many times has the NBA team come back from a 3-0 deficit in the playoffs to it's 0, like you say? While no team has come back to win after being down 3-0, there are 3 teams that have rallied up to tie up a series 3-3 and went to lose Game 7. So statistically, we can make it to Game 7 if that's what we were, going off of. So
listen,
I think we win. I think we win one. I think we bring him back to Philly. They're not going to do this. No, they're not doing us like that in the Barclays. We definitely getting them out of here. We going back to Philly. We definitely doing that.
Bro, you know I got wild love for you, but you said the same exact shit about Boston the last year. Oh, we're not getting swept at home. And what happened? You guys got packed up at home. So yeah, I mean, like I said, no Embiid. I like y'all chances, but it's still very dangerous for y'all, man. Still very dangerous because I have a feeling Tyrese Maxey and Harden is looking at each other in the locker room like, yo, you know what time it is. Now with no Embiid, your whole defensive game plan have to change. You feel me? Like y'all play defense one way this whole series. Now the guy that y'all doubling ain't there. Now who y'all going? Y'all gonna try to double Maxey? Like
I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, I think the best thing for us to do is get back to remembering that Mikal is a good perimeter defender. I know we got him exerting all of this energy on the offensive side of the ball, and that's going to continue to happen. We really need him to help us on the defensive side of the ball, which is the perimeter and with the switching, and he can't do that because he has to be the main scorer on the offensive side of the ball. This is, again, the part of the reason why I said play Cam Thomas. It's not only because I, again, like a big fan or whatnot, it's more the, okay, how do we expect Mikal Bridges to exert all of this energy in the playoff series when we asking for him for this much on the offensive side of the ball, and he's delivering, but at the end of the day, we're suffering on defense because when you look at the perimeter scoring of the Philadelphia 76ers, it's a lot of it. Shout out to Embiid, he played a good game, but I heard that he will have monster games like 40 points. That hasn't happened. And they've been winning it. And again, to the point about Maxey, he hit a big 3 on Spencer Dinwiddie. When they have closed out these games in the fourth quarter, it's been more guard play than Embiid. So again, this is the significance of Mikal Bridges getting more emphasis on the perimeter defensive side of the ball, and he could only do that if you make Cam Thomas instrumental in the offense. Even if you don't make him the one guy, you make him a strong 2 guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll make it interchangeable. You know what I mean? For lack of better players, Randall and Jalen Brunson, or even in the whole tandem of twin and Bridges playing together, take advantage of that. They're going to do that with anybody on the floor. They just have that chemistry because they've been teammates. But Spencer is not making, Doe is not making Spencer look good at all. Twin and Cam, their chemistry, if you're a team, you see the way they play together, you keep them together. You keep them on a basketball court together, they're going to help you win games, not lose games. They're going to help you win. And I'm not saying that Cam Johnson could be a 30-point scorer, but I do give him a good 20. He could give us a solid 20 points a night. You know what I'm saying? I like his game, and I like his hustle. I like his grit. I like him as a basketball player, and I like keeping him to go forward. But them trying to win without Cam Thomas, again, I reiterated the record and what it was and the impact of it. We could only get good value from him, so he's a good player if y'all decide to move forward without him. But why do that when a lot of the winning formula is building from the draft? And what make us so special that we're not supposed to build from the draft? As a matter of fact, I think the Knicks are the only team that's in the playoffs in the top 5 of the playoffs without building for the draft for their main players. You two guys' main players are not draft picks with Brunson and Randall, but that's the exception out of Milwaukee, who got Giannis and Middleton, out of Philly, who got Embiid and Maxey. Like you said, when you contrast the impact of Maxey and Harden, I would say Maxey impact is just as good as a Harden. He's an interchangeable player like a Mikal Bridges, who came off of the bench for the 76ers earlier in the season, then was able to get in the starting lineup. Either way, he's a good player. Same thing for Mikal Bridges. You feel what I'm saying? So again, as far as building a team is concerned, you want to get certain players to build around, and you got to know what players to build around. And most times those are the draft picks. And we are doing a disservice to the fans by not playing Cam Thomas. I'm not the only one. You should see Twitter. Yo, we love Cam Thomas, bro. But again, I digress. I don't want to be long-winded. I'll leave off saying this. We're gonna win this game. We win this game. And I gave y'all various reasons, but to reiterate, in case y'all miss all of that, we win this game, whether you want to call it out of integrity, desperation, a must win. If Nick Clax out his own mouth said, we don't want to get swept like last year, even if it's for that very reason, I'm cool with it. But I think we do it with Cam Thomas, please, and committee. So I don't know, man. I know I want to be long-winded because I know you got to go, right?
Yeah. So Spencer Dinwiddie, you know what I mean? Because that's how he been playing. Like Spencer Dinwiddie and making Spencer Dinwiddie look good. And the shot that's what my guy BJ said, and I agree with that. Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie, he got to play better. Yeah, you know I mean, Mikal Bridges can't do it by himself, and I feel like that's how I've been looking to me. Like he's like the only one that's been consistently good. CJ, he's been good too. Like he had some good games. I ain't gonna lie, but again, he's in a role that he's not used to playing because even on the Suns, he wasn't getting big time minutes like that. And that game when he was going crazy, he ran out of gas in the second half. It was obvious. You feel me? Because he's in a situation that he's not used to having to be like the primary scorer type guy. He's never been that. So,
but he gave us enough. I just think we needed more from another player, is what I'm saying.
So yeah, I think, like I said, I like y'all chances today, but I still think y'all lose though. Like, I think Tyrese Maxey
lose the series. So you say what are you saying? You saying you think we lose the game or the series? What are you saying?
I think I lose the game. I think Tyrese Maxey go for like 30 today because he's gonna take all Joel Embiid's shots, and I'm just going off of the series and the fact that y'all had nothing for him so far. I think James Harden's going to show up with a little 20-point game, 20-25. And Reed is going to be hard to deal. Y'all haven't been able to deal with him on the glass the whole series. You feel me?
I wanted to tell you this before you left. Do you know that one of the teams that came back from 0-3 was the New York Knicks versus the Rochester Royals, which are now the Sacramento Kings in 1951?
Yeah, that's a long time ago, man.
All right, so I'm just letting you know, I'm reading the stat. There's 3 teams like I mentioned before. So I guess the Royals had y'all up 3-0, and y'all came back tied, and y'all lost that game 7.
Yeah.
1994, Denver Nuggets, same situation. They lose to the Utah Jazz in the Western Conference Finals. Y'all lost in the NBA Finals. In 2003, Dallas Mavericks, that happened with the Portland Trailblazers in the first round.
Yeah.
So
that's my reason. I think Tyrese Maxey just won't go off. I think everybody who don't get the shots that Joel Embiid take, he's going to step up. Excuse me. He's going to step up. I did a great job of keeping Embiid out of the game, but their supporting cast has been really good. You feel me? Their supporting cast has been really good, so that's why I think they win. Because at the end of the day, the supporting cast is what's been driving them to victory, not so much as Joel Embiid. Like Joel Embiid get all the attention from your team, but those guys have been stepping up, and those guys are still going to be on the court. I think
They all
Spencer
been
Dinwiddie.
stepping up because of him facilitating, him drawing the double and triple team,
Yeah, that's
and
what
they
I said.
being open for their jumpers. Now they're not
Yeah.
going to be open because nobody's going to draw the double team the same way that Embiid would. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Or even if they did, not in the same spot. They don't. They're not going to be where they're at for the shooters to set up the way they are. They're going to have a bad shooting night, and we're going to win this game.
Listen. Tyrese Maxey, when he hit that step back, wasn't on off an open 3-point shot. You feel me? Tyrese Maxey, some of the plays that he's been making hasn't been from open shots. It's
They
been
can
him
lose after
driving.
he has a good game. He could have a good game, and they could still lose the actual
But
game.
what I'm saying is, absolutely, that can happen to anybody. I've seen people drop 40-point games and still lose. You feel me? But I just think as a whole, they're gonna play. There's a lot of talent on that team, man. They're a good team. Y'all literally took away their best weapon and still losing basketball games, bro. Like, and that's what I'm trying to get at. You feel me? Like, and now y'all had what, a day or two to retune the whole game plan that y'all went into the series, defensive game plan that y'all went into the series with. And I don't know, man. I like y'all chances. I think I got a really good chance of winning, but for my money, I'll put it on the 76ers. You know what I mean? But that's just me. But we play on Sunday as well. You know what I mean?
Notre Dame. I'm not giving that no energy. Notre Dame. Go ahead though.
I got a I got whatchamacallit. I got us winning game 4 in the Garden. I think those guys were visibly shooken by the raucous crowd of MSG talking about the Cavs. Evan Mobley is not him. He's not that guy that they try to make him out to be all season. My boy, like defensively, he's been doing okay. He's been giving Julius Randle a little bit of problems with his size, pause. But offensively, he's not him, bro. He's not him. Like 10 points a game in the playoffs ain't gonna cut it. Jarrett Allen was absolutely getting sunned by Mitchell Robinson in the Garden last night. The fro was looking like Afro Puff. You feel me? In the Garden, he wasn't the fro. He was Afro Puff. You feel me? In the Garden, they got dunked on like 5 times that game. And I think that Garden crowd just gave us the energy that we need to win, and I think that's going to happen again on Sunday. Whatchamacallit. And to me, holding Donovan Mitchell to 22 points is impressive. We know this guy could score the basketball with the best of them and leave a game with only 22 points, and a loss is good defense in my eyes. Because it's only with certain players, there's only so much you could do. You could slow them down. You can't stop them. You can only slow them down. And 22 points for Donovan Mitchell in a playoff game is slowing him down. And we just out-hustled them every time. That's what it comes down to. When we win, we out-hustled them. Our bench is way better. You feel me? When we win these games, our bench outscored them by outscored theirs by like 20-something points. Both wins. You feel me? Even when they won, they bench only outscored ours by 8 points. You feel me? It was just bad shooting from the team as a whole, lack of energy, mad turnovers. We protect the ball and we play the defense that we've been playing. We gonna look at SRK, man. You've been saying Spider gonna do a whole lot that hasn't been done yet, bro. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. You've been saying Spider gonna do a lot, and you said he was gonna sweep us. That hasn't happened. You feel me? You said he was gonna make us cry. I ain't cried a tear yet. I'm actually very joyous and jubilated at this moment. You feel me? So, and I'm gonna continue to be jubilated. But I wish you well today. You feel me? I wish you well. I hope your emotions handle what's about to happen to y'all today. I would hate for you to have a bad day because of the Nets losing, bro. Like I'm just saying, you worried about the Knicks. I've yet to see you post anything about the Nets in the comments yet. Because you know why? You know why? It's over for y'all. It's over for y'all, bro. That's why you ain't posting about the Nets. That's why all your comments. That's why all your comments is about the Knicks, because you know what time it is. You feel me? But back to what I was saying about the Knicks winning. You feel me? Shout out to Unpopular Sports Opinion. Thank you. It could go. Anything's possible, but I don't see us losing at home. You feel me? I just don't see it. Even if we do lose at home, I feel like we're a good road team. I think it's a possibility going 5. because we're a great road team. We're one of the best road teams in the NBA. So I think we win, and it's a high possibility. We win Sunday, and it's a high possibility we win going back to Cleveland because we're top 3 road teams in the NBA all season. I think we might be number 2, if I'm not mistaken, right? So that's just my little summation, you know what I mean? And I'll still stand on it. We win this series because we got heart and they don't. And I mean, all pun intended. Josh Hartenstein has been pivotal to us winning these games, man. Pivotal to us winning these games. And they're going to, as long as they healthy and everything stay right, I don't think the Cavs got much of a chance. You feel me? That's just my opinion. Appreciate all y'all for pulling up yet again on a Saturday, rocking out with us. You feel me?
You want to give it to them until next week? Before next week, you saying y'all in the second round then?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All day in America. You know what I mean?
You know, we got a lot of TBDs next to ours. So,
yo, that's okay. Just one more thing to SRK. But you saw our road game 1 too. So what does that mean? Like, we did what we were supposed to do. We went and took one of the road games. We lost the second one, okay. But you saw our first road game. But you don't want to talk about that. Still no Nets comments, man. That's all I'm saying. You still got nothing to say about the Nets. But yeah, go ahead. My fault, bro. Go ahead.
No. I heard you. Again, I'm just getting into next week. I know that's what we do before we did. I think we win tonight. I don't know if we're gonna be here next week. I'm gonna tell you like this: as long as the Nets are in the season still playing, I'm gonna wear this jersey. Y'all gonna see me with this jersey on. After the series, I'm gonna wear it too. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, after the series, we in the second round. But you see what the odds are. So I just want to let y'all know, as far as coach is concerned, that I will always be a Nets fan. I won't turn my back on the Nets. I don't always agree with what the Nets are doing. And as a vlogger, you gotta be honest. As much as I want to be for the team, I like the fact that I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. Besides whether I like what they're doing or not, because trust me, it's no way that. And I did back you, Jock Vaughn, but I had to put you in the pain. I had to, man. It's too.
I got you.
Want to. You know what I'm saying? So again, leaving off, I'll say the odds are against us, but I do think we get 2. You know, I think we get at least 1. But I'm almost sure that we certain that we get 1, but I'm not sure. We might get 2 based on momentum. But I know Philly gonna want to close out next game if they lose this game. But again, man, I'll get with y'all later. The game about to start at 1 o'clock. I hope y'all enjoy it. Win for the Nets. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the whole chat. Shout out to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, shout out to the Knicks fans, man, I guess, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, shout out to everybody that pulled up today. Unpopular Sports Opinion. Yo, hit me and let me know when y'all do that. You feel me? I'll pull up. You know what I mean? You just gotta let me know when. You feel me? Yo, we about to leave, Jay. Shout out to This Is Jay, man. We about to leave, man.
I'm gonna do a pre-cap before the game starts. So I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Stick around.
Jay, I wish you was here so you could hear me talk shit, man. You smart. You knew we was about to get off the air, so you pulled up so you didn't have to hear me talk about shit, man. I did, Jay. You smart, man. That's my gato. Yo, but yeah, shout out to everybody. SRK, make sure you pull up next week after I get swept today, because I want to see what's funny. I want to see funny after I get swept. So boom, yeah, mad love and respect. Shout out to everybody. I'm off work tomorrow, so I will be doing the recap. Might be doing the pre-cap tomorrow before the game, because I'm off work. And yeah, let's go Knicks. Yeah, I mean, y'all know the vibes. Good luck to the Net fans, because y'all need it.
Need a win.
I need all the luck y'all can get. I don't know. I'm watching the fight, but I don't know where though. But I'm watching it. That's
yeah. Listen, I got Tank, man. He was in Brooklyn last summer. You know what I mean? So I got Tank. I think it goes the distance, but look for fireworks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I got Tank with a knockout in the 6th or 7th round. You know what I mean? 6th or 7th round. Angelo Blue too. What's up? Y'all they didn't want to hear me talk my shit today, bro. That's why they pulled up late. They know we be on at 11, man. They know it. They didn't want to hear me pull up
Nah,
and
man,
talk
they
my shit.
handling situations they gotta deal with, man. Shout
Nah,
out to
man,
them.
nah,
They
man,
pulled
nah.
up. They made it here. Nets fans is in the building, my guys. Yes, I appreciate y'all.
They know what time it is, man. They know T-Town's gonna be up here talking crazy. So they're like, I ain't gonna want to hear that shit.
Y'all should have been here, man. It was a good show, man. Shout out to T-Town.
Yeah, definitely great show. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm out. I'm gonna let Big Fan Breezy go through his thing so he can do the pre-cap, and I'm about to go handle some things. I'll holler at y'all. See y'all next week.
All right, peace, y'all.